Pierre.
Good morning. Early edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show with your co-host, Coach Frenchy, directly for the Sunshine State, where it's pretty nice outside. Only 74 for Florida. It's the best time of the year. And we have to find a way. The co-host, Michael Devellano, directly from California, West Coast.
Good morning, Pierre.
Good morning, everybody. It's nothing better to wake up in the morning with a W for the Montreal Canadiens. That's what we do every single morning. One, they win, and that happened yesterday by a score of 5-2 against Toronto Maple Leaf. Talking about Maple Leaf, Michael, I just want to give you this. Austin Matthews is on the ice right now in Toronto. Just got the info about that. So Austin Matthews back on the ice after post-surgery. And it will be interesting what he's going to do. Of course, he's a key element of the Toronto Maple Leaf if they want to go all the way for the upcoming season. So Matthews is on the ice.
That's good news. We have a lot of people here this morning. We got Hockey Nation Live as us, but then we got Joseph Lanham. Thank you for joining us this morning.
The New Jersey Devils fans.
Yeah, we should probably talk about the Devils too, actually. They look pretty interesting. Ener Tap is here, our good friend.
Roger Toronto, man.
So Roger, I don't know is Roger Delaney the same as Roger, or are these two different Rogers?
Two different Rogers. Roger Delaney and Roger are two different, but they are great. They come here and directly from the West Coast, Sunshine State, Kimberly, Anna.
There we go. So we have this comment from Ener Tap. Did you hear that the 3 stars were Anderson, Dvorak, and Drouin, which I think was the right thing, and Drouin tried to give his 3rd star to Michael Pezzetta. Okay.
So the story, Michael, is they put the player on the side when they get a star, right?
Yeah.
And then Michael Pezzetta walked through them, and they R5 everybody, whatever they do, and then Drouin said, "Oh, wait, you have a star." And he did not get the star, but he would want to give him the star every time that. So it's a new Jonathan Drouin around the team. Great press conference after the game. Pick up some leadership, I think, some maturity, and understand now, hey, I want to have fun here. It's not matter the outcome of the game. I just want to have some fun. So I think it's great to see another new side of Jonathan Drouin until, what could happen over there. But I think it's great to see him at that way on the other side of who he is at the end of the day. So, that's what has happened about the story where Pezzetta have a great game for Montreal Canadiens. I think it's sad he don't have the next level to play and stay in NHL because he has about 4 shots on the net yesterday, but he was really a key important for the Montreal Canadiens. He hit a lot. A little bit like, I don't say he's an Alex Stock player, but he has a style of Alex Stock. He just don't have that kind of skill to stay in NHL, but that's where he does, like go all around, forecheck, Michael, hit people around, come back. But again, to stay in NHL is really important to have more skill-wise or talent-wise.
I mean, look, Drouin's capable of getting 50, 60 points. He's capped out at 53 twice. NHL is a long, hard season, and it's not always easy. At least he's not sitting in the corner like by himself suffering. I think maybe it's good that he's come out, talked about the issue, stepped away, and he's going to get help if he's in a bad spot. So
I think the key to get those kind of points, Michael, is will come to one area. And I think that's a couple of players going to have more points if they produce on power play where they did 3 goals yesterday. So if he can get 10 points on the power play, Michael, that's what he's ego. He can reach that kind of the level of point at 50 area plus after that. That show yesterday, John Anderson have 2 goals, but Dvorak 4 points yesterday, Michael. First game, Montreal Canadiens, 1 goal, 3 assists. Great dominator of the game also with Pezzetta, but again, great to see him perform with Anderson and Drouin. Welcome SCR 5051 from Venezuela or South America. Sometime Colombia, maybe. Jesus, I think he's in Colombia, but it's no matter. He is somewhere, somehow in the South America, so I know that area.
That's awesome. Well, hopefully you get to see some games. And
A new fan of the abs, by the way.
yeah, we at some point we got to talk about this. This NHL streaming situation is like still ridiculous. Like I thought that moving to ESPN Plus would solve it. I'm hoping this is just a matter of the exhibition game chaos and not the regular season. Like
Yeah, so the key is happening this part is that right now they have an agreement with Roger for years, right? And they show all the streaming game. But again, Roger does only Team Canada. So he did not show the St. Louis Blues and the example like the Dallas yesterday, right? And I think that's what they don't have a full agreement like in NBC. That's another problem there where it's limited. Now, when the season start, ESPN carry on all the game like in NHL.tv last season.
Yeah.
So that was the problem about this, and you have to find a way to but again, black out inside the town, so they cannot do the game, cannot see the game. People go to another way to get the stream, and at that moment the stream is not. But honestly, like tonight, ESPN present 2 game, and you know what I mean. Like if you go a little bit, it's earlier in the season. The problem is again, if you have NHL Network, you can watch the game on the TV if you have NHL Network. So it's just on streaming is the problem at that moment. But if you live in Canada, you have no problem. You get all the game for Team Canada at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it doesn't suck like before, because it's first of all, both apps have problems. I'm shocked that ESPN isn't better, because the NBC app was constantly restarting and showing you commercials. So hopefully that part is solved. Like it was just ridiculous. It was like an epidemic. You'd think you'd want to watch, and then suddenly it goes back to the same commercial you just watched again. You're like, what is going on?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. What happened with ESPN is more like open up, right? Yeah. ESPN does do sport, everything like that, so it's more open. I did like the streaming of the Seattle versus the
Canucks, yeah.
Canucks, and then the girls was there. Allison, I think they did a good job overall.
Well, and they got a soccer announcer, Pierre. They've got a British soccer announcer who's doing it. Like, what are you guys doing? Like,
she worked for the Root, right? So she's not part of the ESPN yet. So
the man, like, there's a man. The man is a soccer announcer.
No, I'm talking about this is coming from the channel Roots Sport West, whatever they call it. It's not coming from ESPN. Both of them does not work for ESPN. ESPN carry on the game at that moment, but again, and until the ESPN start the game on TV, you have a more chance to see all the stuff and everything like that. They are really ready. I'll be honest with you. You can see all the report they do, article. You didn't see it in ESPN for years. Now it's great to see Greg does it, and all the people join more stuff. If you are part of the ESPN right now, plus you can read all this everything that was going around the league. But again, it would be interesting what TNT Sport also. So you're going to get a lot of game. When the season starts, I'm not worried about that.
I think the other thing that these guys really are frustrating me with is, I go into the app and I see all these other sports, and I told it I only care about hockey. Like when I had the NHL app, all I got to see is hockey, and I can stream my games. And now it's pushing me to ESPN, and I'm seeing college football, rugby. I'm seeing random stuff, and I don't want to see that. I don't care about any other sport. I don't have time for that.
I suggest you click on the put your stuff on the favorite side, and then you're going to open up everything.
It's so annoying. I have literally 2 things, Pierre. I have the NHL and USC on that app, and it shows me all this other junk.
What I'm going to miss me is NHL.tv. It was so simple. Yeah, you can put on your phone, your iPad, or your desktop, and then you turn on. It was good. I can watch the game on the big screen on my TV with that apps also. That's what I'm going to missing, honestly. On the flip side, Michael, the Roger carry on the NHL Live. So they don't have in Canada. Well, I don't know if you can get ESPN Plus, but anyway, for Canada people, they can have the NHL Live, where they exactly what NHL.tv does. So you can get this. But if you have a cable in Canada, Michael, you get TSN, Sportnet, so you can carry on those games. So anyway,
our friend Terry and Kim Pagula, how is training camp going in Buffalo? Do you have any goaltenders?
Arundel is very excited, Michael. He have a report about this situation about Arundel, everything. It's
Oh, really?
yeah, he's excited to be a part of this, and then
He's happy. He's going to be a
the
goalie in the
upcoming
NHL.
season. But would be interesting about that.
He's not like that guy can't play more than 15, 20 games, Pierre. How are they going to play?
I think they should looking for another goaltender over there. So
Well, okay, I will say the young Finnish goalie looked very good in the prospects tournament. Luukkonen, I don't see any reason why they can't go with 3 goalies, and Luukkonen should be able to play 30, 40 games. So if the
you're absolutely right about that. Also,
does
there are many organizations going to go carry on 3 goaltender at some point, but they still wait. It was not confirmed by NHL, so that's another subject they have to go.
So there you go. So I couldn't either NHL hockey news. So it was under the NHL network, but I have Hulu normally has the NHL network, and I couldn't find it.
No, the game was not on streaming yesterday. It was only produced in Canada under TSN.
Yeah, Buffalo will hit their stride. First of all, I like the coach. So Granato in Buffalo, he looks like he'll be pretty good. If Kim and Terry don't screw that up, he'll be fine. I think that Dylan Cousins will play real well for them this year. It'll be interesting to see if Middlestad takes another step. I think he's just too talented not to, Pierre. Like when I'm watching him, his skill level is very, very, very high. He can really shoot the puck, and he knows where to go to score. So everything else you don't like about him might be whatever it is, and they might have got ripped off in the Sam Reinhart trade. They do have a lot of good young players. The biggest question was really the goal in the D10 or the D in the goaltending.
But, well, it's a team, they don't have enough depth overall, but I mean, like it's everybody is not the right share in that team right now. That's the problem you get. You cannot have Carson, your first center, and then Misselstad. Like it's just not right at that moment. So the team's going to be finished 30, 30, 31, 32, and hopefully they would get Shane Wright. But again, that's another way where they're going to screw another player. Maybe, I don't know. It's really a strange organization. And the only thing is good over there, Michael, like you said, the coach is great. Granado is a good guy. Can he change that culture over there? Would be interesting. He signed for 3 years. But again, we'll see what happens.
So, I don't know if you know, it looked like Daily Faceoff did a UI refresh. Have you seen this?
So again?
It looks like they have a new, at the Daily Faceoff, where we go to get the lineup sometimes at Daily Faceoff. It looks like they did a rebrand. So they have like a new logo and new website design.
No, Daily Off. You talk about Daily. What he did, they are Frank Silverwell. Yeah, and they just hired this morning Greg Wilkinski, whatever his last name, from ESPN. So they get a new voice right now with that and with McKenna. So they're growing that website.
Great, that's good news. Yeah,
so and if you're watching the podcast, everything on that is good.
And then
it's just like they are late. I don't follow them a lot because their line, everything on that is not properly always good.
Well, it's interesting. Puckpedia is a good source too to see guys' contracts and which agents are have which players. But like this, I see that's weird. They should just default to the lineup. So I like Olofsson. I like Cousins. Middlestad will be interesting to watch. Rustalainen looked really good, actually, Pierre. I think that's pretty good for them. Tage Thompson hopefully continues. So I don't know. They got a young lineup. I think opportunity there. And their D's not that bad, Pierre. It's really not. Like you've got Jokiharju and Dahlin. I like Robert Hagg. Colin Miller if he's healthy. Pizik's an NHL veteran. Will Butcher's not my favorite, but he's not horrible. They might be competitive. I think the key will be Luukkonen, but they're not going to be a playoff team. But they won't be like a horrible team. I bet.
I give them not more 25W.
Yeah, I'm thinking 28 or something. 25 probably makes sense. But they have some possibility there with the young guys, so at least there's some hope. Yeah, I'm not a big Will Butcher fan. He's but he's not like he can play he can skate in the NHL. He'll be replaced at some point with someone better. Name no one power. Well, if on Owen Power reports. Yeah, and this is weird, right? NHL Hockey News is, in order to get the NHL network, it's got to be part of your cable TV subscription. Like, who watches cable TV? Like, NHL, get it together and stream this on your own network. Like, that's
Well, you have to be careful now. So you have two different things you have to understand. You have NHL Network, where it's a TV show, and
right.
then you have the NHL subscriber, where is a streaming, and all the streaming of NHL carry on to ESPN Plus and Hulu. So it's a two ways now. It's not like two separate, two different part of that part over there. And in Canada, you can get those streaming with NHL Live, with Roger. That's where you get those streaming
Yeah.
over there. You don't have to pay ESPN Plus or Hulu. You get those game over there.
Speaking of Buffalo, is this current? So did they keep JJ Peterka? I'm curious. Because JJ Peterka looked really good in yeah, see, I think Luukkonen would spend much of the season in Rochester. What? Oh, whatever. He looks NHL ready to me. I think this comment that the prospects look better than the starters is probably by design. They're probably just going to try to finish near the bottom. Not much to watch there. Oh, that's not even this year. Oh well, maybe Kim and Terry Pagula, you know something about your team. Yeah, I sent you my email, Terry. Enertap, you're really high in Pizzetta. Yeah, he's fine. I don't think he's that high end. All right. Well, we wanted to comment on the situation that happened in the Ukrainian league, which was really disappointing. The IHF came out properly and they condemned it, where a Ukrainian player made a racist gesture towards another player who's black. Is he American? It's interesting because I didn't think the player's name was American name. Interesting. So this is the player, Andre Dennison, that made a really terrible racist gesture on the ice and made allegedly some comments too. So Jalen Smerik, I guess I thought it sounded like a Czech name, but maybe it's not. I don't know this player very much, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see if this guy, Pegasus Sabres Bulls at Gmail. Wow. Oh, Pagula. Sorry, I read that wrong. Oh, he's from Detroit. Okay, I didn't. And he played for Little Caesars. I did not know that. Oh, and he played for the Oshawa Generals. So is he a defenseman? Oh, got it. Okay. So unfortunate that he has to be subjected to this. Glad somebody caught it and they're going to do something about it. Do you think that player ever plays again?
This is a story 2 days ago, right? So it's happened 2 days ago. Everybody was on social media about this yesterday. Now, how the Ukraine league is going to reply, how they're going to suspend him for cannot play anymore, everything like that. But I think it's going to be where it's really important here. It's make the hockey aware about this still exists and still have a problem, and this have to be stopped, everything like that. So you have a lot of players in the NHL, American Hockey League, and all around the world. They talk about this. It was maybe the best thing about this, the result of that part over there. Now, how long it'll be, suspend everything like that, we don't know yet. It will be all about Ukraine league. But whatsoever happening after that is like anywhere he want to play, that's not going to happen. So really interesting about that anyway. So that's what
Yeah, the guy. I mean, the guy should have been thrown out of the game. We don't have much visibility to that league. It's kind of a tier 3 league, but I think it's good they're catching it at least. And the IHF came out against it, so that's important. The player should be suspended at the very least, but he should have been thrown out of the game. It's kind of wacky.
Well, I think he's going to be out of I don't think so. He was going to play again. That will be the first thing it will happen, right? But after that, it will be hard for him to play again anywhere because now he's going to be reflect on that one over there. So at the end of the day, the outcome of this for me is about, okay, how we can make this better, how we can learn from this. And the most important thing for me also is they talk about this on both sides. So there's great to see this, like Chris Johnson now works with Steve Dangle, a new podcast now, and they talk about this where McKenzie is a guy from Montreal. He's a black guy, so they bring this subject yesterday. So it was great to see those people talk more, and that was the subject of this situation.
Yeah, I mean, we've always had people from different backgrounds participate in hockey, and that's what we want. Like, we don't care, but then you get individuals like this that just need to be dealt with. Like, I think that's the way all society probably is. So, I mean, we've heard terrible things that have happened to Wayne Simmons. I know things have happened to Devontae Smith-Pelly. Like, it's kind of, we just got to stand up to it as, whoever we are. And the league obviously will. So I think that's a positive. All right. Let's think here. So the Detroit Red Wings made some cuts, Pierre, and then let's talk a little bit about.
We have 5 games yesterday. I think we should look about the 5 game happening yesterday. Then we can look more about what's coming tonight and what's going on around the league. 5 game yesterday. What surprised me is the first goal of Columbus Blue Jacket, the rookie, the Russian kid, scored for them. Yep. And they won 3-0 against Pittsburgh. You can see the lack of offensive showing up yesterday. But again, it's preseason game, so you cannot look about this. But when you see at Selinger, Shinagov, where they are, the rookie, I believe maybe both of them are going to make the roster at the end of the day. That's pretty good. Adam Povis score. That's good one to see that they see participate on the score sheet. So what we see in the preseason game, it's not about the point they make, it's how they play. And that's great to see this from that for them to see that the rookies, what we're looking for to see that. So it's great to have both of them have a participate in the score sheet. So great win for them, 3-0 again, the Pittsburgh Penguins. So that's what, I get out of that situation for them.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's a mix, but it's really interesting to see. First of all, Chinikov looks NHL ready to me. I mean, we saw him in the prospect tournament. Cole Sillinger was probably the best overall player in the prospect tournament. He had 5 points in 3 games. He doesn't seem to be
going to be, how many times you compare Tkachuk, Brody Tkachuk with Mike Sillinger?
Yeah.
With Kotkaniemi, I'm sorry. You're going to compare Cole Sillinger pick versus Boucher from Ottawa Senator. I'm telling you this is going to be the story for the next 5 years. You're going to compare both of them all day long.
Yeah, this might be the first misstep. Like, it's easy to pick the guy when you're getting a top 4 pick, but now you got to go a little bit deeper, and they made that choice. Like, to pass up.
It's always been in the draft, Michael. But when you talk about Montreal never picked Tkachuk, they should get him, right? I believe they will remember that one. Exactly what Edmonton skipped Kosa for Minnesota, right? So that trade over there was going to be always put this under a nose every day.
Like, I think you're right, because if you look at like Cole's he made the jump to the USHL only because didn't know what was going on in the WHL. His first season, the guy had 53 points in 48 games in our league, Pierre. He is very talented. And then to look at that draft, Tyler Boucher, I understand you're thinking this guy is another Tom Wilson, and he probably will be. However, you probably have a guy that could be a number 1 center, maybe.
Yeah. And I want to apologize, Michael. I said Kosa, but it was Wallstead for Edmonton. So I just want to.
I get, Wallstead, Jesper Wallstead.
Yeah, I apologize for that because I was talking about Edmonton, right? So
I will say, have you watched Xavier Bourgault?
Yes, he played in Shawinigan. Well, Shawinigan is a pretty good overall team, okay? But again, he still have a lot of work to do before he get that level of NHL, right? But,
I don't know. Like, he's not going to make it this year.
No. He's like 3 years before. 3 years before he get there.
I bet
it's just like Edmonton. I could have nothing in the organization as a goaltender. So why not? You know what I mean? Long term, Wallstead would be a better choice on my eyes.
For sure.
Right? And they trade for this, Michael. They trade to go backwards.
Pierre, we suffered in Detroit for a long time where the general manager that was not a goalie, there was a goalie in the AHL, never could cut in the NHL, always downplays the value of goalies. Like Detroit missed opportunities after opportunity of winning an additional cup, at least one, because of that. The only time they had a legit goalie was Hasek, and he was old by that point. And Chris Osgood was good, but he wasn't great. That team was great. And you can't get by on that anymore. Like, that doesn't work. I don't understand this guy's view on goaltenders. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's very frustrating. I will say, though, Bourgault had a great prospect tournament, and in training camp, he's looked very good. He's skinny, like he needs to put on some weight, but skill-wise, he's very, very smart. So they do have a very good player there. I bet you in a year, he's in the AHL next year and getting some games in the NHL. He looks pretty damn good.
Welcome, Caps, by the way. Welcome back. A long time ago, we did not see Go Caps. And then we didn't mention John Grega. He's always here in the morning. So welcome back in the house, John Grega. And they have already Buffalo parade is coming. And then Tab is going over there. So it'll be interesting to see that.
We had this other game, Dallas versus St. Louis, that went to overtime. Riley Tuft, Pierre, he didn't have an amazing season last year. This is a player. He's a big, big kid. He's like 6'6". He has good hands. He had a great prospect tournament for Dallas. Even though they were just okay, he was very, very good. I think Maverick Bork is who this is, and he looked pretty good. So Dallas has a stacked lineup, but they still have a lot of prospects. And there's 3 other prospects in that look very good for them.
Unfortunately, they will not participate, right? Unfortunately, they're not going to make the team, but it's good to see those kids step up in those games, right?
Yeah.
Same thing for St. Louis, where Buchnevich show already the quality hockey player he is. But again, I think for me, I prefer to talk about Perunovich, where nobody expect him. And Perunovich, Michael, since the beginning of this rookie camp, he show up and he show. I believe he can make it. He's going to make the team.
Yeah, he had a very good rookie camp as well. We see he can really skate. He's an exceptional skater. He's a good defenseman. He'll probably be in the NHL at least for part of the season. And Buchnevich, I think, is going to have a great year with them. So you see 2 assists for this guy.
Yeah. And again, the dead defenseman is not strong, Michael.
Wow, he's listed at 5'9".
So I think that he's going to have a spot over there. You have only Falk, Krug, Pericos, Candela, and Borduzzo. The rest, Michael, Mikola, and Wallman, it's not like they are the great over there. So I think he's going to have a chance to stay with the team at the beginning of the year and see what his role is going to be with that team. Where I think St. Louis should not be. I don't know what they're looking for. Jason Demers, I feel the defenseman 5, 6, 7, and it's not strong. I love experience there as a hockey player to participate. I think there will be something they have to look about that.
Yeah, they might need to get another D. I can definitely see that. So it's interesting. I didn't realize he was 5'9", but he looked very good in the prospect tournament. He's an above average skater. He handles the puck real well, makes good decisions. He's a U.S. college player, so he's older. So he either, he's 23 already. I think he'll be capable of making it, or at least playing a little bit. So that's good news for St. Louis. And the other game that I thought was interesting, LA Kings versus Arizona. And the reason this is interesting to me is because Dylan Guenther, Pierre, this guy might make the team. When they drafted him, they were super excited. Like when I talked to the Arizona Coyotes guys, they were like really excited about this guy. And I see why. And I knew he's a very good player. I don't love his skating, but his hands are very much above average. So I would keep an eye on this. I think, are thinking about keeping him. I bet you at least gets 9 games. I think that they keep him around for 9 and then decide, if it's going to hurt him or to send him back or not. But I don't know what he's going to prove in the WHL. Like Edmonton would be really upset, obviously, because the Oil Kings are a contending team. It's interesting because the intra-squad game, Pierre, between the Kings and the Kings was a 1-0 game. And despite all the speed and the talent that I'm seeing out there, I'm curious to see. They only get 1 goal in this game too. So I'm wondering if they might have some problems. They got to get their offense figured out. They might have some problems offensively. Louis Eriksson scoring is interesting. And look, Guenther not only got a goal, he got an assist, Pierre.
Yeah, but again, you know what I mean? It's good you get this part, but I think Eriksson is not, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
Guenther is going to be interesting if he can stay but they have a spot for him.
they do.
Honestly.
He's going to play. I think that's the thing with him is he's going to get an opportunity to play.
My only concern yesterday for that game I want to talk about is the not much player from, the Los Angeles King have a lot of spot open, and some of them did not take advantage of that. I'm talking about Kaliev. I'm talking about Fekam over there, Kupari. Those kids where if they want to stay inside that team have to perform, and overall their team did not do well overall for them. So
nobody wants Sabres tickets, Pierre. Poor Terry. Okay, I sent you an email, Terry. You can send me the tickets, but I'll have to fly out there. I'm on the West Coast, so.
Last game it was Calgary versus the Canucks.
I was gonna say something. I can't remember. So the one line that actually looks really good is the third line, and it's interesting because they split it up for this game. But Blake Lizotte, Lias Anderson, and Brendan Lemieux have been absolutely terrorizing on the ice. Whenever they get on the ice, every single shift, they're hemming the other team in the other zone. They're all fast, and they generate scoring chances. So I'm a little surprised they split that up last night. Martin Chromiak's looked very good, Pierre. I think this is a great prospect for them. He's probably a couple years away. Fajimo, you're right. He did not look bad, though, and you can see he got 2 shots on net. He's going to be a goal scorer. If anyone's going to come from is him. The guy I'm a little bit still not seeing it from is Grundstrom, and I don't know about Turcotte. I think Turcotte might start in the AHL. So it's going to be interesting to see, but they didn't have a lot of their other players in. Like Doughty wasn't in last night. You didn't have Brownie. You didn't have Kopitar. So I think that probably explains some of it. The other squad has Byfield. The other squad has Velarde. So they didn't have Arvidsson. So there's a lot missing in this. They didn't even have Kempe, did they? Oh, they did. Okay. And Kempe's looked pretty good. He scored a goal in the shootout the other night.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They're interesting. The other guy to keep an eye on is this guy, Helge Grans. He looks very good, Pierre. Like he's a big defenseman. He's a right shot, and he looks like he's maybe not far off. I think he'll need a little bit of time to fill out, but he looks. That's another great prospect for them. For them to keep adding those layers, they're going to be good sooner than later. You mentioned the Vancouver Calgary game. Who is in net for this? So they split it between a guy named Werner and the kid Vladar. We got Connor Garland. The guy that was really the talk of this game, though, was Ekman Larson. So I think he looks like he's pretty decent. Obviously, he's playing against a weaker squad, though. They don't have any of their big guns if you look at this lineup. So he was really kind of a man amongst, AHL players last night. Pelche looked good. I really like Pelche, but, Dylan Dubé's good, but that's not their first line. Mangiapane's not their first line. So they didn't have Monahan, they didn't have Goudreau, they didn't have Lindholm. So that's.
They have about 6 players play in NHL last season, plus Vladar as a goaltender, right? But again, I think if you are, for me, it was for Vancouver. We see Miller step up, Carlin, where he that's a player I believe he can score 35 goals with the Vancouver Canucks for upcoming season. But again, Ekman Larson what?
Maybe. Yeah, Garland you might be right.
I think he will be the one they're looking for. The key about that, Michael, is to see, okay, what we do with Pedersen, what we do with
gotta do something
with Hughes, right? It's 2 players they need, and I don't know. The money is tied up over there. The best scenario for Vancouver Canucks on the management is a bridge contract at 3 years. I have a great comments about Chris Johnson yesterday. Explain. They compare the players. So on that, for Ottawa, he's thinking for Ottawa would be better to go long term because the situation they don't to reach a minimum, maybe on that. On the Vancouver Canucks, he said, for them, because the salary cap is a problem, they would be better for them to go to bridge contract. But again, Quinn Hughes, Michael's looking for big number. That's the problem with that part over there. So
when you made that comparison to Tyson Berry, alarm bells kind of went off for me because you're right.
yeah. By the way, talking about this, I don't know if this another news show up this morning. Travis Harmony is not going to play. He refused to get the vaccination.
This guy is a weird guy, Pierre. He was in Winnipeg. Was he in
Islanders,
right? And he wanted to be traded to the Winnipeg Jets or the Edmonton Oilers or Calgary, right? And he was a big pain then. And then he goes to it's like he's just always got something going on.
He's not a bad player, right? He's not like
he hits like
not like he's a number 3, 4, 5, something like that, right? But again, you have always like a drama situation about him.
Always.
So that's what happened on his case this morning. I just see this quickly. I did not read on it, but it was like a news about him. Here we go.
He's thinking about retiring.
Yep. Well, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay if that's what he wants to do, right? And that's not a problem with that part, but that's happened about this.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't surprise me because I've always looked at him as like when he's on the ice, you love him. But you're right, he beats to his own drum.
Yep.
This would be it would be interesting to find out if this would be like a Tim Thomas scenario where he just kind of does his own thing.
Johnny Golden said Peltier, a quad character guy. I'm not sure Peltier, which one you're talking about. Are you talking about
Calgary?
That's Jeremy Peltier, right?
Yeah. It's JM or something. Is that?
I think it's Jeremy Peltier. No.
Yeah, Jeremy Poirier.
Poirier.
Yeah, Peltier is JM. I don't know what the JM stands for though. It might be. Jacob. I'm sorry. It's Jacob Peltier.
So, he's not ready for NHL. He's going to be
he's pretty
out.
Close, Pierre.
But
he's very close. He might make the team.
I don't see he's going to make it. I'll be honest with you. Because in my book, they have their depth with that. Then it's not ready yet. So I think he'll prefer, if you want to get the best of him or any players, always return the players to the American Hockey League, let them learning 1 year, play with bigger men, that, and then bring him after 20 game if you need something or other. That would be me. The way to do that.
Like the thing about him is he's 20 or 20. Is he 20 now? They already returned him, and last year he looked like he made the team. Like he's just when he was drafted, he was like good enough. Then they sent him back to junior. He went to the Q, and you see him in the prospect. You see him here. Like he looks like a very complete player. He's not going to be a high-end offensive guy, but I think he'll be very similar to Dylan Dubé. He's like 5'10", 5'11". He can really skate. He's character. Like he's a gritty player, and he can score a little bit. So I don't know. I would not be surprised to see him on the opening night roster. But I guess we'll see. And I don't disagree with you. He'll probably have some time in the AHL with Mitch. I think that makes a lot of sense. Send him to Stockton. But, I don't know. I don't see much.
The only problem the Calgary Flames, they have like him, they have a lot of players like him in the team.
Maybe.
That's my only concern about
Calgary.
Right. They have a lot like, Dylan, Dubé, Richie, and those kind of the forechecking, every time that. That's my only thing about this. And then
they're stacked. They're a pretty deep team, actually, when you look
with Pilic and Lewis, every time that. The problem you get also, Michael, is you cannot waive them, right? You cannot contract. So it's just this right now. But Monkey, welcome aboard. The men of the bod, the Panthers. Terry Kim, we don't forget you. It's just like we talking about subject. And I appreciate your offering to go to Buffalo, but I cannot go out here for the next 10 months and follow hockey. I have to be live stream every day. But when you go to win a Stanley Cup, I will do an effort to be at the Pirate for sure.
Yeah.
That's it for today, Michael, for the game for yesterday. But we have a lot of action tonight. 6th game on the program with the Seattle Kraken are back on the ice today. It will be interesting to follow them. They are on the territory of, are they not in Canada tonight?
Well, they're playing Edmonton I don't know if I don't think they're in Canada. They're in Kent. So they'll have games in Washington area, including on Friday in Everett, right?
Okay.
So I think that they're playing in Kent tonight.
All right.
Let's double check that. So Seattle.
Okay. Talking about check that. I want to mention, Michael, I start a short video every morning about the result of the game and the upcoming game. So I just want to invite everybody to look about the video. Michael, it's a 1-minute video. He gave all the result of the game, the scorer, the 3-star of the game, the shot, like everything you see what you did earlier. It's all on one for 7 seconds. You can watch the result of the game. So I think that would be something to look about this the morning. You don't want to have a time to watching a full video, or you're busy, or you get a 1-minute TikTok video you can get. So I think that's good to see that part over there. So I just want to sharing with everybody about that.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say the arena, but I'm pretty sure they have the Spokane game already. They're supposed to play in Kent, but maybe it's not till Saturday. Oh my God, what is going on? Look at this website. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say where it is.
I don't know. The only thing I would say to you,
I think it's in Edmonton.
Yeah, the game.
I think you're right.
Game, but the Rangers are on the ice tonight, so it will be interesting. I'm going to follow this game. They are on the ESPN Plus, so it'll be great to see again the Islanders. So that one game I'm looking for that is really the Rangers, where I believe they are the excited team to follow, and they are back tonight for the first game of the week for them. So
So I think you're right, actually, Pierre. They are in Edmonton tonight, and then they're in Calgary, and then they're back in Everett, and then in Kent. So they got a lot of games this week. So I don't know if they're doing a split squad. They don't have that many players.
I don't want to come back in the past, Michael, change the subject, but I believe Paul Anderson scored a goal today, like many years ago for the Summit, 1972.
Oh, really?
It was
Paul
today.
Henderson? Oh, let's look.
So,
do you think Paul Henderson should be in the NHL Hall of Fame?
Maybe not, but he is on the Hall of Fame of the Canada, or whatever they call it. I don't know how they call this Hall of Famer. This point.
Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I want to mention to you, Austin Matthews is back on the ice. Oh, yeah, no way I'm talking about, Michael. I took a note here. Tonight, Michael, Jonathan Toews back on the ice for an NHL. So you never want to have a star to be out and maybe stop to play hockey, right? For injuries or anything like that. And I wish the best for Jonathan Toews for the upcoming season.
Yeah.
He's a key major. He's only 32 years old, I believe, 33. And I think, he still play. He can, he can play hockey for sure. And he can be a big factor. He play on the second line right now tonight. And I just want to sharing with you about this. I saw that news earlier. So I just want to mention this. So Chicago back on tonight on the ice. So it's great to see this.
So the question is, will we even be able to get to see it?
This game is not on the ESPN too. That's the only thing I can mention that to you. So
can we see the dang game? What do they do? I don't understand why they do this. Let's see. So you go back to Chicago. What other site do you check for lineups, like for actual lines?
I'm always on Twitter, so I get those Twitter by the reporter. But I don't know. I'm usually should be on the website NHL.com with their team, and they put this on the news.
Yeah, I think but there's not one site that you can go and it just shows all the rosters like this. So this is interesting because they're penciling in Lukas Reichel, and I think that he's going to be. I don't see why he wouldn't be on that lineup. Like, he looks great so far. Kirby Dach with Kucherov and Reichel would be interesting. It's really weird about, do you think Dylan Strom's going to last much longer in Chicago?
He's on the trade bait over there, and his time, Michael, would be what other rookie does, like a Luka Rich. That's what I said. This website, sometimes I don't like it because they put some line where it's not right. Like right now, Jonathan Toews playing the second line, and it's just a couple of things like that. But I think Chicago will be an interesting team. I think they can surprise a lot on that division where it's open up, honestly. The only problem I can see is the defensemen 4, 5, 6, where
Yeah,
they don't have a lot of experience. Or no, Calvin Dehan is not too bad, but still, it's not strong. If you want to be a team, want to go all the way, you have to get a better D. Another one I would say again, Jason Demers should be another player. Should look about this. What salary cap is very high for them, but
yeah,
they need more depth on that one over there for sure.
for sure. This is a bit of a problem. Like I like McCabe, he's fine, but he should not be a top pairing D. Connor Murphy's good. Seth Jones obviously will chew up a lot of minutes, but they're gonna have to rotate guys in and out with Seth Jones. Like, who's gonna log 20 minutes with Seth Jones?
Yeah.
Jeez, I got the hiccups. Sorry.
Like Bud Monkey said, if Lundell, here's what you have to learn, Bud, is like, why do you go to trade for Dylan Strom when you have already a full forward right now? Why not to let play this Denisenko
right
in your lineup and to go get a guy like Dylan Strom where he's not when you trade, you want to be sure the player was going to helping the team to get better. And you don't have that right now. You have Venetro. Why not to let play Venetro more? He's going well over there. So you have Joe Thornton over there. You have Denisenko, Eponiemi waiting for that. You have Asheri over there. You have Lamariel, Leminko. You have Listotarinen. You have Lomberg. And the lineup in Florida, they don't looking for a trade anymore. Their salary cap is put them over. So you don't trade anymore. What you do, you use your player you have, and then you let them play. I think Lundell maybe need a year in American Hockey League. That's okay. Again, for me, I will not give year. I will look at him what he does after 20 game, Michael. That's what would be the best thing for him about that one over there. I'm not too much worried about the Panthers at that moment. They look good. The defenseman number 3, 4 is doing well. I think also, so we'll be interesting about that, what they're going to, to this. But Michael, I'm going to change the subject because I want you to mention, because you know him a lot. Michael, the best defenseman Montreal yesterday, it was Gaydon Cooley. Played 23 minutes, 44 seconds for the Montreal Canadiens. He was impressed. Again, he's not ready to make the NHL, but me, if I was the Montreal Canadiens, I would not return him and junior, unfortunately. I would send him to American Hockey League.
Yeah. He has no reason to go back to the WHL. I mean, he's very close to being a pro. He could play in the AHL. He had injuries last year, so he missed a lot of time, I think.
Yeah.
I think he played 3 games in the AHL last year, and then he played 3, I think, in the W. Like, it wasn't very much, right?
He got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt. So he played like 3 games in Laval, 2 games in Prince Albert.
Yep.
I don't know. He just needs to fill out a little bit. Like, he's just kind of still a little bit lean, but he's gonna be a big defenseman, and he can skate really well, and he shoots the puck. He makes good decisions. Like, I think the AHL might be the right place for him.
Michael, he's a defenseman number 3 in my book right now. Can he become a number 2? That's what would be the best question over there. You have he's really, really impressive, to be honest. You can see those. You have a skill, everything like that. Nylander yesterday, Michael, that's what Montreal does not have. He jumped on the plate 3 times, Michael. You have that sense of offensive Nylander, what you'll be love it. If you're a Montreal Canadiens fans, and I know we are here, right? This team, we talk about Ottawa, Michael. We talk about New Jersey. We talk about Anaheim. We talk about Los Angeles. Those teams are all the prospect. And we forget Montreal, Michael, have a ton of prospect where they're going to make the NHL, that team, better and better. We forgot that. They have 6 great defensemen on the prospect side. They have a couple of player forward where we don't talk enough. Montreal have a bank of prospect. We don't have enough give credit for what they did for the last 2 years. Mike Bergevin with all the trade. And you can look about this, Michael. He knows most of them. Honestly, you think about the pick 2019, Michael. Caulfield, Strobel, Nylander, Free Brother, those 5 players there, Yeah, it's almost a market for NHL for all of them, four of them.
Yeah, I
And we
think
forget Harvey Pinard, where he's getting more and more involved with NHL. And we forget Kisa Mitsinov, where he's doing well overall. So that year, Montreal did ton of great pick over there. And you look about 18, Kokanemi, Ilolin, Romanov, three over there. And we forgot Jordan Harris over there. That's another one. We don't talk about him. And Cam Ellis tried to get the lineup over there. I'm telling you right now, that team, Montreal Canadiens, draft very well for the last 4 years, 3 years. And we don't talk about this too much.
yeah, I think they've done a pretty good job considering where they're picking, and he's been aggressive about filling in spots, and then there's a lot of prospects there.
What
So
they did, Michael, do you know what they did very well? It's a little bit what we did Tampa Bay the last couple of years. Draft second, third, and fourth round. I
Yep.
think, the first round it is what it is, right? But
Yeah.
when you get those second, third round, you pick solid players. I think that's something we have to look about this. I think this year, Kitney, Kapanen, and Castanedo go right now doing well. And then William Trudeau, Michael, was doing amazing. And it's under underdog. Sobolev, that's the one he's got caught this morning. So Sobolev, Simoneau, and Verbeek are all gone for the Montreal Canadiens. Today they release Daniel Sobolev for the Russian kid. But again, and I just want to open up the door here. Sean Farrell, it's another one. Jan Mezak, you showed yesterday. Still have a lot of work to do, but he's doing well. And then Luke Tuck play, and right now in the college, nobody talk about him. It's another great players over there.
Yeah, there's definitely some potential. Well, there's a lot of depth there, so that's the good news for Montreal. Yeah, I think I've said this to you before. I mean, I know Alvin very well. He was with us in Everett, and I have a pretty good insight into their drafting. And I think they have a lot of good talent evaluators. We saw some of them leave. I think the one guy did Churla go to Florida?
Who?
Shane Churla?
Yeah, he's with the Panthers now.
You can see, he's got acumen. He's a very good judge of talent. I think they've got a lot of other guys there that are really capable of finding talent deeper in the draft. Ekblad had 24 minutes of ice time during the preseason. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he's looking great, Michael. They are, the team is good over there. They won the 2 game, everything like that. And we'll be interesting when the season starts for them. But they have a couple of games this week to follow. We're going to follow them for sure for that team. By the way, the best signature, Michael, happening yesterday is the Washington Capitals. If you can look about this, that'd be great. And I think you're going to like this kid. It's called Biscuit.
Like biscuit?
Yep.
The little biscuit?
Yep.
I don't see it, but
it was the best signature. All the players enjoy it. They like him as the new teammates. And I can wait to see. They open up a Twitter account for the new players. And I think the fans going to love it. And great signature for the Washington Capitals for the year to come. The little one, a biscuit, is going to make its friends. And
le petit biscuit.
le petit biscuit à 4 pattes.
Oh my God.
Did you see him?
This is, I don't see him. No, I don't know where that is.
You should look about this because you're going to see about. You can look on Twitter. His name now is Biscuit. And not this. You have to go on the Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Monto's skate got better too. You're absolutely right by the monkey about that one of them. We forgot Logan Mailloux. It's another long shot about him. Would be interesting about him. It's not him, but a little bit lower. You can find him lower. Here we go.
All right. So
look, Michael. They find he'll open his account, everything.
I love it.
Yeah. He was in a look at that. He was there. All the players, Michael, dress up and they come to take a picture with him. Look, here we go. So I'll give you an idea about that. And pretty neat to see that. Great. What's that about hockey? At the end of the day, it's a family concept, everything like that. And they do this with, I What do you do, Michael, with a dog like this? At the end, they give this to a veterans. People need
Oh, good.
support with
Good
dog
stuff.
and everything like that. So pretty nice to see this. And sometimes we forget about what they have behind hockey, what they do for other people, right? So great. Um,
Kuznetsov, don't snort the dog. Stefan Manberg has joined us, Pierre.
7 members from Sweden. We have a new guy. His name is Franco Michael, big fan of the Montreal Canadiens. And then we have a guy. His name Michael is going to join us.
Crazy. We got another.
Have a lead. He does the Montreal Canadian creator, YouTuber. His name is Harry Rice. He's only 20 years old. He has about 700 subscribers. Does a great job for what we heard from Tap, Joseph, everything like that. They like his style. So we're going to have him a couple of times to join us. I'm going to talk to him today. So great. We can helping other people. Like people help us to grow what we are today. So glad to see this. And that's what they do, honestly, the Washington Capitals. So great to see this, Michael, the initiative about this. And we know people love dogs, everything like that. So I think it was great to see that. Michael is the best. Say hi, but I have to go.
Go to school.
Michael is not dead anymore the night because he wake up now at 5 o'clock in the morning. So he realize life is not always the way we want to be, right? So 5:30, Michael have to step up, wake up to go to school, play hockey, everything like that. So that's all the sacrifice.
Good. Coach, who are you nominating to the Frenchy quiz playoff?
It's coming soon, Michael. I'm going to do my schedule this weekend a little bit changing, but we'll see. I'm going to do a live Frenchy quiz where the people participate the most during the summer, and we're going to go there with 5 people, and it's going to be live with the first part. 5 people be live with us and do that one. So I'm not sure it will be Sunday or I will bring this just a couple of days before the season start. It will be the last quiz of the year for the off summer, and it's not about who win the most; it's about who participate the most. Be a part of the support for the Hockey Nation Live show and the Power Play show. So it's going to be happening then this weekend or the following weekend, where I'm going to start, Michael, talk about the fantasy hockey. I think it's time to step up about the fantasy hockey because now people do the draft, everything like that now. So I'm going to bring a couple of news about this. And that's pretty much it for me. I don't know if you have anything else you want to talk about.
Not much.
You want to check this on can you go on the YouTube channel?
For who?
For us. Because you can see the short video we build. I think the people should love it. We do the news the evening, and then the morning, we do the now I start this. It take a lot of work, but we'll see what's happening. But you can see the 27. You just go down, all the way down.
These ones.
Here we go. Right there. So you have the result, the preview, and then before that, yesterday was all the news around the league. So we create right now 2 per day, but at least 1 per day. We do this, and I think that's great. You get all the news, what's going on around the league. That's another format we create, and I think one day will be more successful if you do that. So we have about 2,800. For some reason, Michael, something is funny because you can see the 2,800, right?
Yeah.
And then on the channel analytics of the YouTube channel have a studio place, right?
Yeah.
We have a 3,159.
Oh.
So I don't know the 400, where are the 300 people, but on the YouTube channel, they create this, and then on the website, they create only 2,800. So
crazy.
Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, to participate today. I don't know if Michael want to add something.
Nope, we're good. Have a great day, everybody.
Look forward to see you tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock Eastern time. And Michael, tonight we're going to be live again, the Power Play show at 9 o'clock p.m., the post game. I mean, maybe go earlier if I watch the Toronto, the New York Calendars Rangers. Just I don't want to do a lot of play-by-play, Michael. It's an exhibition game, and you don't know the name of the player. It's just better to do a normal show like we do, and we keep everybody up until midnight anyway. So 3 hours every night. So I think that's the best way to do it. Oh, wait. We have a wait. I don't know. We have to wait something, Michael. Maybe you can get a free lunch in Sweden. Michael Robinstein, the dog man. Listen, Michael Robinstein, he is sure he's happy about the Biscuit. Can someone confirm the Vegas game tonight is at 10 o'clock Eastern time? Stefan, if you join us tonight, we're going to we're going to talk about the game. I cannot put any game live, but they play tonight at 10 o'clock tonight, Michael. Michael Robinstein, early. It's rare we see Michael Robinstein, Michael, in the morning. How is the night? And then, Michael, I don't know, you have dogs, so you can refer to Michael Robinstein. You have a dog also. But at 10:22 p.m., the dog stand up and you want to go out every night. So 10:22, Michael, his dog want to go out. He leave the chat at 10:22. So
sounds good.
Starting and up. Have a great day. Yes, sir. At 12 o'clock, we're going to have reading. So, okay, see you tonight. All right, Michael and Stefan and Michael Rosenblatt and Michael Devellano and all the Michael we have in chat. I don't know why Michael is a lot of Michael here. And of course, Johnny Golden and our tap and the rest. By the monkey. Have an amazing, great day, everybody. Dog rule more, I'm gonna get my wife.